Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be looking at another crazy team build for the new Tech VEGITO, especially with a highlight using him alongside the Tech GOTENKS, because Tech GOTENKS of course came out at the end of 2024. He was the Carnival LR for December, and you know, he was incredibly good. He can be a bit RNG when it comes to tanking the big super attacks, right? Because he has the coin flip chance to get the extra 777% defense. But basically after that, he of course becomes, you know, incredibly good, especially when it comes to things like the tanking a Ki Blast super attack, which of course, when it comes to Ki Blast supers, he gets that extra damage reduction. So one of the things that we were sort of talking about on his release was that he did seem like a strong enough character that, depending what sort of power creep we were going to see for the 10th anniversary, you know, if we get these big bosses that have Ki Blast super attacks, he's still going to be very good and very effective in those events. So we're trying him out here. We're going into the, I like using this Namek Saga stage for showcases, but we're going into the Vegeta one this time instead. And I've built the team not only in a way that is just very good, like the team's very strong, a lot of very good units on it, but we've got a lot of support and a lot of things for making this Gotenks look, you know, even better. Obviously Daima Goku here getting supers off, he gives a buff to all the allies on the next rotation. He got a double super, so obviously the buff is going to be increased even more so. We've got the new Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, because of course even in the Super Saiyan 3 form he gives 50% defensive support to Power Beyond Super Saiyan characters, which I think is a really underrated and like not mentioned enough part of his kit. Is if you pull him, you know, if you just throw him on a random team, it might not be the most optimal setup for him, because obviously he wants, like, you know, links like Saiyan Raw and stuff like that. But you can throw him on a team with a bunch of these other Power Beyond Super Saiyan characters as a floating support, and he's going to be giving them a ton of defense. Like Gotenks here, 357k defense start of turn. Remember, he gets 77% extra defense when he receives an attack. So he's already going to get like well up to just being over 500k. And obviously he has damage reduction, 22% from the very start. He's got a final trump card ally on the team already anyway, so he's got 55%. So he's got 55% damage reduction and about 500k start of turn defense. If he gets hit by a super, he has that chance to get the 777%. And of course, if it's a Ki Blast super, he actually has 99% damage reduction. So obviously he is essentially invincible when it comes to Ki Blast supers, whether he gets that extra 777% or not. And the funny thing about this event, actually, the Namek Saga for the Vegeta version, is every single boss apart from Ginyu Goku has a Ki Blast super attack. So apart from that phase, and then in that phase Ginyu's AGL anyway, Gotenks is basically like an invincible slot 1 unit. So we'll see how he gets on here. We've got Super Saiyan Kamehameha Fierce Battle and Legendary Power active with the Goku, obviously pre-fusion. So let's go ahead and grab these, and let's see what we're looking at here for Gotenks on this turn. No attack support, but we've got the buffs from Daima Goku on the previous turn. Yeah, 36 million, and obviously he gets a guaranteed crit because we got the 24 key. So that's enough to just take out Kui here, and we can move on to Dodoria. But yeah, this team is going to be just wild. Like, we've got Super VEGITO, who obviously is very, very good. Just got his Super Easy A today, so he is an absolutely fantastic unit. We do want him to get some build up, so I think we will leave him in slot 1 here. That allows him to get the, I guess, actually, let me double check you. It's only for the 2 turns, isn't it? So I do want to keep Daima Goku on rotation so that we can get that support for the other characters. I don't really want to be floating up. Obviously, like the Goku slash, you know, future VEGITO is like the best unit on the team. So it seems odd to be floating him off. Like if we were just running the team in an optimal setup, we would probably just run it like this. Because I mean, at least for the next rotation, the whole point is that support from Daima Goku's super attack, even though he's in slot 3, so no one on this rotation is going to get the benefit. The units on the next rotation are all going to get the buff from his super attack effect. So even with him being in slot 3, that still helps out the next rotation, right? So Dodoria, I forget he has an AoE normal, but we get the crit. Daima Goku should be okay. Yeah. So yeah, all good. And then Tech Goku with the 22 mil. But yeah, these are some of the videos. Like I've so many like interesting options for teams and stuff are now available. Obviously, without pulling the either of the new Gokus, right? Because Vegito technically is summonable as a Goku. Without pulling either of the new Gokus, we have to bust out the private server to get some of these teams showcased. But some of these, I just really had some really interesting ideas for teams that I wanted to put together. I really want to do a giant 8-power team with like some of the heroes characters. Obviously, you know, we're still waiting for the 7-year LRs to get their EZA, but like I mentioned it in my 55% showcase where I just used a friend Goku, it's so difficult to run a team with just him as the friend, because giant 8-power on its own is really not a great team. Goku basically hard carries the team because he is very, very good. I need to play around with them a bit more, which is obviously why I'm using the private server a bit more, because I will do a top 10 LRs list probably in the next couple of days. Obviously, I want to get a chance to use them a bit more. His individual performance is obviously very, very good. It's just the fact that his leader skill kind of sucks. So he's good on these other teams, but he's not really a unit that you're going to be, you know, using to just run a giant 8-power team if you didn't pull him, which unfortunately, as we know, like if you don't pull a unit, it's kind of the only way you get to experience using them in the game is using them as a friend. And unfortunately, by having such a bad choice for the leader skill, it just makes it really difficult to run him like as a friend on a team that's actually good. Because you can make a giant 8-power team, you can use like the GT Goku that gives him a 200% lead, you can make a Kamehameha team where he's getting the well, actually, that's one of the things I was going to try for that showcase, is he's on Kamehameha. So I was like, oh yeah, family Kamehameha, Gohan gives him a 200% lead. But then Gohan doesn't get his lead because he's only leading giant 8-power. So definitely very awkward, but private server allows me to do some of this stuff with these other characters that I don't have. So we will be doing a bit more of that over the next few days, just to get some of these interesting team builds actually on video, like the million HP team. That was super fun. So plus, you know, it's nice to actually get to see the units in action and all these animations and stuff like that. So but yeah, this team is crazy. Like, it's interesting with the combination of leader skills that this guy has as well, because like Buu Saga was seeming like the best team in the game going into the anniversary. It was one of the best teams in the game anyway. But the thing is, like, this team, we start off with kind of like a Buu Saga like blueprint, but then you can easily switch out some of these other characters, like having Daima Goku in for the bit of support that he does, and he's obviously a very good unit himself. Having the Gotenks in there, I mean, you can just quite as easily take those two out. I put them in here because of the little bit of extra support they can provide to Gotenks, but you could easily take them out for like family Kamehameha, Gohan, and then any other like Majin Buu Saga. Dragon Fist Goku's still really good, the STR one. And then, you know, even though technically one of this guy's leader skills isn't actually officially Buu Saga, you just make a full Buu Saga team that is really, really good. So Buu Saga definitely looking like one of the best teams in the game at the moment. Should I transform this guy early on? Because the thing is, once he's transformed, he is going to be providing, is it 70%? I think it is 70% and 10% damage reduction, right? Yeah. I mean, that's going to make Gotenks even better. So I guess I probably should just do this now and then get him floated off here. So then we have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the next rotation with Gotenks. Because we'll probably get through Zarbon here fairly quickly. He's got what, 91 million HP, but we've got type advantage with the Great Ape Goku. So I do love the fact that the Ozaru has an animated thing, but the sprite is so massive that when he's like moving his arms, it covers up such a huge amount of the orb field, which is quite funny. So we'll do that. Not really too fussed about killing him on this turn or not, but this gives us the ability to transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku and get that extra little bit of support ready for the next rotation. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we go in terms of the leader skill, like after the anniversary. Will the first Dokkan Fest that drops after the anniversary have the same sort of thing with the 170 leads and then plus 50? Or obviously like HP 200 and then attack and defense 170. That I could see that being a thing for like the TURs that come out after the anniversary, where they're like the main categories are still 170 and they don't have like the 200 HP. It's just 170 and then plus 50% as the plus. So they are 220% leads, but only for those couple of combined categories and stuff. Hopefully we see something a bit better than the last couple of years, because both years it's been an extreme character. I think even the year before that it was, that came out directly after the anniversary. Last year it was AGL Frieza. The year before it was the STR GT17s, and like those units ended up being disappointing. But imagine if we get a really good pick, like extreme character, and is giving some of these units like, you know, Buhan, whose EZA we saw today, Super EZA, and is insanely good. And like he's then getting a 220% lead like straight after the anniversary, so he's going to be even better. So I'm really interested to see what the leader skill meta for like the Dokkan Fest TURs is going to be as we go outside of the anniversary. So Giant Ape mode allows us to do a ton of damage here to Zarbon. Super VEGITO should finish him off here, and then that lets us move on to Ginyu Goku, and we'll have Gotenks on rotation when the enemy's not already like halfway dead, so we can see some good performance from him here. Like I say, this is the only phase that doesn't have a Ki Blast super, so I guess we could just get Gotenks, get VEGITO out here, and then have these guys linked together. Be interesting to see what links they share, because obviously we get Kamehameha with Goku, which we don't have with VEGITO. Let's put the let's not get all the animations in here, as much as the VEGITO fusion one is great. Do we pick up any? We should pick up Fused Fire, right? Oh wait, he doesn't. Oh yeah, no, he does have Fused Fire. We lost Kamehameha. Oh, of course. Yeah, I mentioned this in the yesterday's video. It's very confusing to me that Tech VEGITO doesn't have Kamehameha, considering he only has one super, and it is the Kamehameha. So, but he loses that link, I guess, to get Power Bestowed by God. Well, he gets Fused Fire and Golden Warrior, as well as Power Bestowed by God. Bit weird that he doesn't have it, but it means we get Fused Fire. What is the difference? Kamehameha was giving us, at level 10, 10% attack, and then Fused Fire gives us Ki 2, attack and defense 5%. So less attack, but a little bit more defense. So, I mean, I guess that is good, but what kind of damage are we going to do? Do you get any extra links from you? You do get Kamehameha, okay. What kind of a damage do we do with the attack the active skill here? Yeah, that's pretty decent. And then obviously we are going to get guaranteed crits anyway, because we're going to get enough Ki. But, yeah, that gives him 1.17 million defense. And we still have, it's turn 6, so he will have lost. Oh, he was on turn 2, so it is still 5 turns from his entry turn. So he's got 55% damage reduction and 1.17 million. Ginyu Goku does 2.8 million, but we've also got type advantage. So I'm pretty sure, obviously we know the super's in the middle anyway, but I want Gotenks to get hit so he can get the attack buff. But even if he got supered here in slot 1, he would take double digit damage. And then obviously after he supers, he gets even more defense anyway. So yeah, very good combo for Gotenks. As I said at the very beginning, we kind of knew from his kit and what he was doing already that Gotenks was probably going to be looking pretty good going into the 10th anniversary, and with VEGITO being the Dokkan Fest and being as good as he is, and then obviously Gotenks being on his leader scale, because of course Gotenks is a fused fighter and an earthbred fighter, so he's getting the full leader skill. Very impressive on this team. It's an interesting way of doing the increase in leader skills, because in terms of the stats, it's only gone up by 20%, like the attack and defense, but then the HP has gone up by 50, so that's what enables us to have these teams now that have really high amounts of HP. I mean, this team at full health, we have almost 900k, so it's not quite the million HP team, but it's still a very high amount of HP that is going to allow us to do very well in these events. Of course, you know, we've only scratched the surface of like the anniversary difficult content, especially when you think about these red zone stages, the Goku story and Vegeta story. They released the first 3 stages during the countdown celebration, and I would say they are arguably or easily more difficult than the 2 stages that we got for the blue zone so far. So I'm only imagining, like, you know, you've got these final bosses. The Frieza for this event that we're going to fight in the next final phase here, super attacks for 3.6 million, and this is stage 2 of this Vegeta story red zone. So when we get to the final boss of this red zone, like, what is he going to be hitting for? It's going to be pretty wild. So let's go ahead and fuse you as well, because why not? Although we might as well let AGL Super VEGITO get some counters off here. We'll do this, and then we'll finish off Ginyu Goku here. I really hope that Frieza is super attacking in the first slot on the next turn, like on the first turn of his thing, because I just really want to see Gotenks eat this super in double digit. I mean, I guess he is going to lose the 5 turn damage reduction, but he's then going to get the Ki Blast super damage reduction and the counter. So we'll see what his start of turn defense is, and then we'll be able to work out roughly how much damage he should actually take. But yeah, these big numbers for AGL Vegito's attack stat here for his counters. Because bear in mind the weird counter glitch where the numbers should actually be way higher than that. So big damage from the counters, and then VEGITO obviously going to finish the job here. Alright, and we can go on to final form Frieza. So he's got 210 million HP. He's super attacking in slot 3, really? I mean, I guess we could put Vegito, we could put him there so that we could see him eat the super after he attacks. Because that's the thing, right? He's going to get his 18 key super greatly raises his defense. And then he's going to get an additional because we're going to have 18 key, which is also going to greatly raise his defense. You've got Goku giving him 70% support, but also 10% damage reduction. So we've lost this extra 22 here, but he does have the base 33%, and then he's going to get the 44. So he's got 77%. Then he's got the extra 10% from Goku. So he's got 87% damage reduction on this turn. So Frieza does what? 364,000. So 3,640,000 minus 87% leaves us with 473. So even if he super attacked Gotenks in slot 1, although of course bear in mind Gotenks also gets 77% defense when taking a hit, so his defense would actually go up by over 200k. So even if this Frieza super attacked Tech Gotenks in slot 1, he would take double digit damage, which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I guess we'll just do this, go from here. Because we do so much damage with this team, it doesn't really matter that we're floating off Gotenks here. He wouldn't get another turn anyway, because there's no way Frieza survives the next rotation after this. So even though the main focus of the video was to see Gotenks here, we can float him off here, and that'll be perfectly fine. I imagine we probably just win. Because actually, Super Saiyan 4 Goku also does buff allies with his super attack. How much is it again? Let me get him up here. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. His 18 key super is 44% attack and defense for 2 turns for allies. So Gotenks' defense has gone up by even more. And his attack is going to go up by even more. The only downside is that Gotenks obviously wasn't getting hit first. So he doesn't get the extra 77% attack, which is a pretty significant amount of extra damage. But let's see what he's still able to do here in slot 3, like without being hit first. Yeah, of course we're going to get some VEGITO counters in here as well. All the more reason why Frieza is not surviving this turn. Well, surviving until the next rotation of this set, right? Which is why we wouldn't have got to see Gotenks again. Yeah, 27 million, but without being hit first is still very, very good for this guy. Guaranteed crit, obviously, then the guaranteed additional, 17.8. Yeah, this team's just insane. Like, I mean, that's what you want from the anniversary headliners, right? Is for their teams, especially when you're combining a few of them together, to be really, really good. Because as I say, we're kind of would be expecting the next difficult sets of events to be quite hard. But yeah, big old crit on the counter as well there. Huge damage from the Ki Blast counter. Because remember, that's not, you know, not only does he tank these Ki Blast supers for next to nothing, but he then also gets the counter attack as well. So, I mean, to be fair, we probably don't even need to actually even... Do we even need to attack on the turn? We'll just do Goku's active skill. And then Vegito's active skill. And then probably GG. Well, how much is Vegito? Vegito's does hit pretty hard, but... Is he going to finish him off here with no support on the rotation? No. Alright, well, let's let Daima Goku finish him off here, why not? Daima Goku kind of got thrown on the team just to provide support and be here to make everybody else look good. So we'll let him get the finishing blow here on Frieza. But as you can see, like with the events that we have in the game, even the ones that, as I said, like a week or so ago, would be considered to be quite tricky. Like these anniversary units and their teams now are so powerful that we are just absolutely destroying these stages. I like the fact we gave Daima Goku that perfect opportunity and then he just didn't get the additional or anything. So Vegito just comes in with the double ultra super here. The very good looking, but for some reason doesn't give him the link, Kamehameha, to finish off Frieza. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Obviously Gotenks, as I say, was always a character that we knew was very good and was going to look very good going into the anniversary. But with this new leader skill as well, the team obviously very, very strong. Let me know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite team build to run so far for the Tech Vegito or just Buu Saga in general? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.